Morning guys, welcome back to Charlie and me, our camping vlog, the van build, with thanks to our friends at Gary's Glue. Gary'sGlue.ie are the main sponsors of the van build series of videos. Today, it's a little bit more cutting, and I think when I cut out what needs to be cut out, that's more or less gives us our workspace. I'll put a photograph in here of a ground press with some electrics in it that I've been on about before in a video, and two side presses that I'm looking at taking out. And I think when they're out, that gives us our building space. Now, building will not start straight away because I then have to look at the electrics. I'm still waiting for stuff to arrive, USBs and switches, USB sockets and switches to arrive from Wish that I ordered weeks ago, and it takes weeks really to I think I actually ordered them before I even had the ambulance, but there's a few little bits and investigating, and a few walls that we might have to take down, a few panels, just a bit of electrical investigating before we start building, and then we'll see where we go from there. So today I'll be very, very happy if I get these out. I normally only stay out here, it's 9:30. I normally only stay out here till about 12 o'clock. Then I go back and edit the videos, as I've mentioned before. But if I can get these presses out today, I'll be quite happy and do a little bit of investigating. I did come out yesterday, Sunday, with a measuring tape, a pencil and a piece of paper, and took some measurements, and then I went home and I did some drawings of the layout that I have in mind, and I did some drawings of the electric lighting and socket layout that I have in mind, and I'll share them with you, if not in this video, definitely in a later video. So I got to get the tools out, with thanks to our friends at Michael W. Murphy, that's mwmurphy.com, for all your industrial grinding tools, welding tools and fixtures and fittings. They supply the tools for today's build, and we'll chat to you in a couple of minutes. It's great having the ambulance plugged in now, because it means that I have full power and full lights. Although I notice a couple of bulbs going lately. Anyway, they'll be going anyway. So this press has to go, and then I'm investigating those electrics. I think they can go. In this press here, it's just a press with a little 12-volt socket. I might move that up to countertop. But in this press here is the back of the socket, and I still have to fit the motorhome socket in there. So I may have to leave access to that. But I would like to get rid of that wall and get it all back to there, because there's nothing in there, and I definitely would love to get rid of that today. I started cutting it with the angle grinder, but I'm going to have to get an electric angle grinder, so I'll borrow one from Lee, because the batteries, it's just thick, and the batteries aren't lasting long enough to cut them. I really, really want to get that out, and then I've got to cut those bolts out, because they're bolted under the floor, so I've got to cut them out with the angle grinder as well. So a bit of cutting to do, and then we'll see where it goes from there. My landlord was just here. I know he watched the video, he's a fecker for talking. I think we've redesigned the whole layout that I designed yesterday. Anyway, I was just on to the company Wilker Van Conversions that made this ambulance. This is a 2011, and reception put me through to Eugene, one of the head men in there, and he said, yes, this is one of our vans, and he's been very, very helpful, because I am worried about this electrics down here. I am and I'm not. I don't want to go cutting cables and then having engine problems. But anyway, I was chatting to Eugene for about 20 minutes on the phone. Lovely bloke, very, very helpful. He said that don't cut cables, just disconnect things, that as far as he's concerned, this unit here has nothing to do with the running of the van. So he reckons if I don't cut anything, I should be able to unclip that. Now, the rest of that two sides has to come out, and I am going to take those two presses out as well, and then I can bundle those cables in there, because I'm going to have countertop running all the way along there, so I don't mind keeping access. Yeah, do you know what, I'm going to go and I'm going to take that off now, all those electrics. I might leave the engine running while I do it, I'm not sure yet, and then I'm going to take those presses out, and then I'm possibly going to call it a day. So that's out of the way. Now all I have to do is get rid of those two sidewalls and then this press. Okay, tools have been downed because we're going to try and take this ramp off, because I had told Lee next door that he could have it. So we're going to see if that moves, and then I'll get back to normal programming. Plasma cutter, and we've just blown a fuse because it was just too heavy for it. So we'll get back to it now. We have it nearly off, but I think I'll be calling it a day then, because I'm not going to get much work done inside at this stage. Hey guys, welcome back. It's another day. So I didn't get the boxes and the press off the floor and off the wall that I wanted to do yesterday, but we did get the hoist out and gone with a lot of help from Lee and a plasma cutter. So it's a new day. So now I want to get back inside and take out the boxes in the corner, the press. If I get that done today, I'll be happy. I did a run to the dump this morning with some metal and some wood, or whatever that van is made of. It's a white substance. And some general rubbish down to the landfill and down to the recycling centre. And then I had to go to the motor office. If you remember, in a video back, I had to get an engineer's report and get paperwork done and send it off. Well, I got the logbook on the 1st of November. And then I want to take it off the road so I don't have to pay tax on it. And you only have 21 days to do it. And it took me 21 days to get the logbook. So I had to leg it to Clonmel, the next town down. And motor tax office is obviously closed, but they're open for business, so I dropped it in the letterbox. But I got it stamped by the guards just to say that I got it within the 21 days. So I'm not going to bore you by setting cameras up and showing you all the crack. I will show you what I want to take out, and then I'll show you, please God, when it's taken out, and then I'll call it a day. I try not to come out here on Wednesday because that's podcast day, and we do a bit of scripting and a bit of interviews and a bit of research for the podcast. So today, Tuesday, I'm going to attack the presses that I started yesterday. They're not going to be easy because you would have seen that I cut the roof off the press, took out the electrics. The two little side walls that are left are bolted in through the floor, so I've got to get the angle grinder and cut them off. So again, with thanks to our sponsors, Gary's Glue, garysglue.ie. I can't wait to start using their adhesives on the build. And all the tools that I'm going to be using today are with thanks to Michael Murphy. That's M.W. Murphy and Sons in Waterford for all your industrial tools. Let's get cracking. So if you remember, there was a press around this. There was a lid on it. The electrics are out. There they are there. I'm not going to dump them yet in case I need to put them back in. And I didn't cut any of the cables. So my plan now is to take these up and take this press out. I'll probably take these up first because I know I'm going to need to pull at that. I've all the screws taken out that I think, and I've all the glue cut that I think is holding this press in, and all that's in there is the electrical socket on the outside of the van. So today's plan, get rid of them. And like all good things, not everything goes to plan. So I started cutting out I'll show you here. I started cutting out that piece of metal with the angle grinder. Put down the angle grinder, went to move the piece of metal and took off a slice of finger. Just a massive cut along there, which would not stop bleeding for quite a while. Now we do have a first aid kit on site in the camper van in our own motorhome. So I washed it out and I put a plaster on it and the blood was oozing through the plaster. I put on a second plaster. I rang Deirdre and I said, I'm going to the doctors. I cut it at 10 to 1. The doctors didn't open till 2. I talked them out of giving me stitches because I'm a wuss. And they put 7 strip stitches on it and said, keep it straight for the next 5 days. So I'm giving the van, today's Tuesday, I'm giving the van a miss for Wednesday and Thursday, and I might get out for a while Friday, depending how this is. So The next video will be the start of cutting out those two presses that you saw at the beginning of this video. Thanks for watching. If you haven't already subscribed, please do. Tell your friends all about it. Thanks to our video sponsors, Gary's Glue at garysglue.ie. And we'll talk to you again on the van build with Charlie and me, our camping vlog, very, very soon. Take care and stay safe.